Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. In the Championship, it is the 5th season of the save. It is our 3rd season in charge of Burton Albion, and since the last episode, things have improved slightly. Not as well as I'd hoped, but they've got a little bit better. Since the last episode, we have played a total of 7 games, 6 of them in the league, 1 in the Carabao Cup second round. First up in the league was a 3-1 victory against Millwall. Jake Vokins and Neil Williams with the goals for us. A Kieran Dowell penalty in the 90th minute was not enough for Millwall. 3 points, which is very useful for us because obviously you might remember at the end of last episode we were down at the wrong end of the table. We needed to start picking up some wins. This result against Millwall was a good result. Then against Hull, we were unlucky not to get anything from this game. Afonso Sousa scores after just 5 minutes for us, but Hull then pull 1 goal back with Jack Payne on the 18th minute, and then Marcus Henriksen with a goal on the 28th minute from the penalty spot gives Hull the victory. It was unlucky. Realistically, we probably were the worst side. Long, the goalkeeper of Hull, basically kept them in the game. Next up in the league was a 2-2 draw against Preston. Ashley Eastham scores another goal for the club, with Neil Williams then scoring in the second half as well for us. Callum Robinson and Cameron Borthwick-Jackson with the 2 goals for Preston. Callum Robinson also getting himself sent off. Game we probably should have won, but that happens a lot of the time. Games where we are the better side and we just don't get everything that we deserve from it. Into the Carabao Cup second round against Newport County, we win 1-0. We had 28 shots, we win 1-0. Ashley Eastham with the only goal of the game. It sets up a third round tie against Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. The final game of August was up against Bolton at the University of Bolton Stadium. It was a 2-0 victory. Jonas David with his first goal for the club, and Mitch Clark also scoring his first goal of the season as well. We destroyed Bolton. 31 shots, 16 on target, 2 goals. They only had the 1 shot on target. Their goalkeeper Turner kept them in the game. We probably should have won this about 6 or 7-0. We were that good in this game. Into September and we come up against in-form West Bromwich Albion and they destroyed us 4-0. Genki Haraguchi scores himself a hat-trick in the first half. Eric Botheim also scores a goal for West Brom. We got destroyed. They played superbly well. Yes, we had a lot of shots, but they just weren't very good. We did come up against Renan, who, as we know, Renan is the world's best goalkeeper, because every time we play against him, he stops us scoring goals. For this level of football, he is actually very good. 7 clean sheets in 13 games, only conceding 7 goals as well. That's pretty impressive. Next up in September was a 0-0 draw against Sheffield United. Not a lot we can really say about this. Both sides had a lot of shots, not many on target, not a lot of stuff really happened in this game. A fair point. And finally, our first goal in September comes from Neil Williams against our former side Nottingham Forest. Eric Exposito gets himself sent off in the 85th minute. Williams' goal gives us 3 valuable points and it moves us up to 18th place in the table, which isn't ideal, but it's better than Bradford. The reason why I say it's better than Bradford is they are sat bottom of the table, 13 defeats out of 13 games on 0 points, so at least we are not that far down the table. Looking at it, Bolton and Bradford are so bad for this league, we're not likely to go down unless we finish in 22nd place. Birmingham also quite a long way away from us. We are now on 18th position, 15 points, 4 wins, 3 draws, 6 defeats. A couple of wins could turn things around massively in our favour and we could be into the mid-table territory, which realistically is, I think, probably going to be our target for this season. Today then, we are going to have 2 matches. First up is going to be Portsmouth on the 24th of September, and then it's going to be Brentford on the 27th, just a few days later. Portsmouth find themselves in 17th place. So, whoever wins this game, assuming one team will win it, will move above the other, and then Brentford are finding themselves currently in 9th place, so they are up the right end of the table. They would be looking for a couple of victories to hopefully propel them into the playoffs. Hopefully we can get something from the Portsmouth game, maybe a draw from the Brentford one. Time for the Portsmouth game. Carlos Carvajal's Portsmouth come to the Pirelli Stadium. Both teams on not great form. Portsmouth haven't won in the last 3. Obviously, we did win our last game, but it wasn't against the strongest opposition. Hopefully, we can do the business against Portsmouth. They technically have a better record against us, but I feel like now we're sort of 5 seasons in, some of those wins might have been back in the very first season when Portsmouth were arguably the better side. The starting lineup we are going to go for then against Portsmouth. In goal will be Simon Moore, Jason McCarthy, Ashley Eastham, Mark Gooey and Jake Vokins are going to be the back four. Jonas David and Oliver Skipp will be the two central midfielders with Joe Sparrow, Callum Gribben, Afonso Souza and Neil Williams as our attacking four. Apparently Ashley Eastham isn't ready to play, but I'm playing him anyway because basically I don't trust AD Stevenson. He's still very dodgy. I don't know what it is with him. I don't know whether he's got a consistency problem or something like that. But yeah, that's basically the reason why I'm playing Ashley Eastham. Plus, he likes to score goals, which is handy. An exciting 4-4-2 for Portsmouth then. Bebe is still there. I mean, Bebe, he's their captain. Really, this is ridiculous. Bebe, former Manchester United failure Bebe, is at Portsmouth. He's 32. He's not even that good at football. So far, this season hasn't exactly started off to plan. I think we have had some problems. We've had some really tough games to start the season, which hasn't helped. Also, where the season started early also hasn't helped. Walks with the ball, gets tackled. Low now with the ball. Jonas David tackles him, but Walks gets the ball back. Tries to cross it in, can't do it. Low. Back to Walks in the area. Low. Larnell Cole, not Larnell Cole, Devante Cole scores it. It's 1-0 to Portsmouth after just 1 minute and 15 seconds. Not a very good start. And just a minute and a half later, there's another highlight and it's looking like it's going Portsmouth's way. Walks to Low once again. Tries to take it round his man, crosses in, Martinez is there, wins the header, it is gone wide, it is still 1-0, but we're only 3 minutes in. Vokins' throw, 4 minutes in, Gribben, back to Vokins, in the middle to Oliver Skipp, across Jonas David, takes a touch, goes for goal, it is inches wide and it's actually a save from the goalkeeper, so we are going to get a corner. Gribben is going to be the one to take it. We should be the one to take it. Terrible corner, really. It's gone to Bebe, of all people, who's managed to clear it. Skipp. Where are you going to go? Probably backwards. No, doesn't. Finds Mark Gooey. Finds Afonso. Nothing happens, though, from the highlight. So, we've dropped down to 19th place. Portsmouth have moved up to 14th because of their singular goal. We've got another highlight. Vokins' throw to Skipp. Back to Vokins, please. Nope. Jonas David, the German. In to Joe Sparrow. Sparrow to David. All the way across. Tries to find McCarthy and does. Tofolo can clear it. David tries to find McCarthy. Sparrow is lucky to get the ball. Now Jason McCarthy, the captain, crosses in. Williams is there. Williams gets on the end of it. And Neil Williams gets his 7th goal of the season. I was worried we'd miss Michael Obafemi. Williams is starting to fill that gap, which is really handy. 17 minutes in and another highlight. This game so far has been all highlights. Vokins to Skipp to David. David can see McCarthy on the right-hand side. Back to Jonas David to Skipp again. We're passing it around really well, but are we actually going to get anywhere apart from getting tackled, apparently? Gooey heads forward, back to Jake Vokins. To Skipp, Joe Sparrow, McCarthy on the right-hand side. I knew it was going there. McCarthy crosses in. Callum Gribben is there at the front post and it's just wide and it's going to be a goal kick. Corner for Portsmouth. Tofolo takes it. It's claimed by Simon Moore. Now, Simon Moore can probably throw it out to maybe Mark Gooey on the left-hand side. He finally does throw it to Mark Gooey on the left-hand side. Vokins, Afonso, forward. Neil Williams is one-on-one with the keeper. He has to score, and Neil Williams has got his 8th goal of the season. Souza with the assist. 21 minutes on the clock. We are now in front at the Pirelli Stadium against Portsmouth. Moore with a goal kick. It's another highlight. Can we just calm it down, please? Joe Sparrow to Gribben. Gribben back to Sparrow. He's got McCarthy on his right. It's being passed around the middle. Skipp across to Jason McCarthy, to Joe Sparrow. McCarthy makes some space on the right, crosses in, Williams is there, goes for goal, and it is wide of the post. McGilvray with the goal kick. We are seeing literally every single kick of the ball at the moment. This is ridiculous. Sparrow with a great tackle on Bebe. Jason McCarthy is being forced back though. Eastham to David. David to Skipp. Joe Sparrow forward to Williams. Chests it down into the area, goes for goal, and somehow he managed to hit that over. 28 minutes in, and we've got another highlight. Vokins and Low having a little tussle. Skipp manages to win the ball and clears it upfield towards Williams. Williams chests it down. Joe Sparrow runs forward into space. On the left-hand side is Williams into the area, goes for goal, and Neil Williams has made it 3-1. His hat-trick as well. We're not even at the half-hour mark. His 9th goal of the season. We are beating Portsmouth 3-1 now. What is happening in this game? We've got another highlight. Tofolo goes for Devante Cole, and Devante Cole has made it 3-2. We are 34 minutes in. Stop having highlights. Gribben's corner just before half-time. Williams is there again, and it is just wide. He could have had 4 before half-time. So the first half against Portsmouth has been all action. About 63 highlights, 5 goals, a hat-trick for Williams. Devante Cole also getting 2 as well. I want the second half to be fairly boring. I don't want to have another long, exciting half of football. Just before the hour mark, and we've got our first highlight of the second half. May, terrible pass, Gribben intercepts it and runs forward, gets tackled. Tofolo's going to collect the ball for Portsmouth in the left-back position. Naylor plays it all the way forward to Lowe. Lowe upfield towards Cole, doesn't get it though. Gooey's going to get there first and probably play it back to the goalkeeper. Oh my word, what's happened? Just kick it clear. Simon Moore's kick hit Devante Cole. McCarthy needs to get it clear. Afonso Sousa with the ball. Vokins to Jonas David. Long ball upfield towards Joe Sparrow. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Sparrow goes for goal. Hits it over the bar. Should have been 4-2. Could have been 3-3. Right, Gooey is on a 6.3, so he's coming off for Cameron Humphreys. That's a very big risk, particularly when there's only one goal in it. Gribben also coming off for Samuel Shashoa. We've got 25 minutes to play. 73 minutes on the clock. Portsmouth have cleared upfield to Emmy. Devante Cole in on goal. Could have had his hat-trick, but hits it wide. Final 10 minutes of the game. We've moved up to 15th place in the table, which is very good. 10 points clear now on the relegation zone. The final 10 minutes has just kind of gone. We're going to do a final substitution just to do some time wasting. Williams is going to get his round of applause. Marvin Sordell is going to come on for the final couple of minutes of injury time. We've got 20 seconds left to play. Hopefully nothing comes of this, and this is going to be a very useful 3 points against a side who are in a similar position to us. Sparrow to McCarthy, there's 8 seconds left. Can he cross it in? He does cross it in. Burgess can head clear. Tofolo can get it clear further. The full-time whistle should hopefully go any second now, and we are going to pick up 3 points at the Pirelli Stadium. 22 shots for us, 14 for Portsmouth. That was an exciting game of football. They predicted a draw. Somehow we managed to scrape through. A first-half hat-trick from Neil Williams gives us the 3 points. That does mean that we move up to 15th place in the table, although Preston are probably playing later on today. Yes, they are. So Preston could, in theory, push us down to 16th place if they get any more than a point, or if they get anything out of the game against Sheffield United. Up next then, we're going to have the Brentford game, which is in just 3 days' time on the Tuesday night. Brentford now, I think, have dropped down to 10th place. Time for match number 2 then against Brentford, a team that apparently Burton have never beaten in this save, so there is always a time for us to get our first victory against Brentford. Hopefully it will be now. Just the 2 changes to the starting lineup for the Brentford game. Simon Moore keeps his place in goal. Mitch Clark comes in for Jason McCarthy, who's a little bit tired. Ashley Eastham keeps his place in the starting 11. Adi Stevenson comes in for Mark Gooey after his mistake. Jake Vokins also keeps his place in the starting 11. Jonas David and Oliver Skipp are the midfielders. Sparrow, Gribben, Sousa and Williams are going to be the front 4, so those will stay exactly the same. Brentford have a very good team, so I'm concerned that we aren't going to get anything from this. Although I say this about most teams that we play, that they've got a very good team. Brentford, I'd say, probably have one of the better teams in the league, so them being down in 10th place might be a little bit like incorrect. Gribben with a corner, 41 seconds on the clock. David is there, goes for goal. Bentley just about manages to keep it in. Is that the whole highlight? Oh my word, what's happened there? Williams has just passed it to Ashley Eastham, of all people. So the goalkeeper kicked it into Williams, and Ashley Eastham, the central defender, was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Of all the people, he wasn't the one that wanted to do that. Gribben with a free kick in a good area. Skipp goes for goal, and Oliver Skipp gets his first goal in Burton Albion colours. Callum Gribben gets another assist. So far, Gribben, I don't think, scored a goal this season, but he is racking up assists. He must have a decent assist bonus. Skipp makes it 1-0 after 20 minutes. Straight after the goal, we've got another highlight. Gribben to Clark. Plays it all the way across to Skipp in the middle. Back to Mitch Clark on the right-hand side. Is he going to cross it in? He does. Gribben is there. Gribben goes for goal. Okay, Gribben, he's gone from getting the assist to scoring the goals now. Mitch Clark, what a cross that was. Gribben's first goal of the season. We are 2-0 up against Brentford. I am struggling to string sentences together at the moment, and I don't know why, but I don't care. We are 2-0 to the good. We are now moving up to 14th place in the table. Gribben with a corner after half an hour. Williams is there, goes for goal. It is cleared off the line from Dujon Sterling. The ball is still in play though. Adi Stevenson, where are you going to go? You're going to have to play it backwards, aren't you? Jonas David, Joe Sparrow, Callum Gribben. He goes for goal. It's deflected. Afonso Sousa is there, and we are 3-0 up after half an hour against Brentford. What is happening here? We've scored 6 goals in 2 games, and we've not conceded in this one yet. 14 shots, 10 on target to Brentford's 1-1. What is happening here? Can we just do this every week, please? Half-time, we are 3-0 to the good against a team that I said were probably one of the best in the league. I might have been completely wrong about that. Great team talk as well. We're not going to do any subs at half-time because why change something when it is working so perfectly? Corner for Gribben. It's a curling corner. Stevenson's there and he's hit the bar and Brentford can clear the ball. Thomas runs it clear. Is this going to be a continued highlight? Thomas plays it back. It is not going to be a highlight. Could have been 4-0. Right, we're going to do a change. We're going to bring off Neil Williams for Marvin Sordell. Probably not the most logical change, but Williams hasn't scored today. So, you know, he scored a hat-trick in the last match. No goals in this one. Terrible footballer, apparently. Alan Judge with a free kick for Brentford. Neil Mapai's at the back. David can clear. Skip can get it clear further. Manga now with the ball. Manga has 2 players for company. Thomas, Janvier. All the way across to Dominic Iorfa. Vokins is going to manage to get it clear, but can't find one of our players. Iorfa gets the ball back, runs down the right-hand side, crosses in. It's a good cross. Neil Mapai is there. It's hit the post, and it's going to be a goal kick. Jonas David is going to be coming off. He's absolutely shattered. 61% condition, so we're going to bring on Jamie Allen for Jonas David. I'm thinking as well, maybe Jake Vokins off for Mark Gui. Gui is not a left-back. But we are 3-0 up, and I feel like if we concede 3 more goals in the final 15 minutes, that's bigger problems. Mitch Clark forward to Afonso Sousa. Joe Sparrow. Clark on the right-hand side. We've not missed Jason McCarthy this game at all, which is great. Clark gets it again, crosses in. Iorfa clears. Oliver Skip plays it back to Mark Gui. Jamie Allen now. Joe Sparrow. Mitch Clark's in the area. Get a goal, Mitch Clark. Mitch Clark does get a goal. His 2nd of the season. We have not missed Jason McCarthy at all because Mitch Clark has slotted into that right-back position like he plays there every single week. Have we just beaten Brentford 4-0? One of their central defenders is on a 5.3 rating. Let's pretend that he hasn't made all the mistakes. We're in the 93rd minute. The full-time whistle goes. We have just destroyed Brentford 4-0. Skip, Gribben, Sousa and Clark with the goals. 25 shots, 12 on target. Arguably, probably should have scored more. That victory then moves us up to 14th place in the table. Things are suddenly starting to go our way. We are, 12 points clear of Birmingham now, who are down there in 22nd on 9 points. I'm still looking for that 50-point mark. 50 points is if you hit that, you're probably not going to get relegated. So I'm hoping we can still manage to do that. I think we're on a pretty good target at the moment. Look at this. Since the last episode, basically, we've climbed all the way up from 20th place all the way up to 14th place with, is that 4 wins in a row? Is it 4 wins in a row? It's 3 wins in a row and a draw. I think we've done quite well. Next episode might be Leeds Blackburn, so it'll probably be right at the end of October, and then we're going to have this weird break because of the World Cup, which, that's odd to me. I don't understand what's going to happen. If that happens in real life, which apparently is what it's going to do, that's going to be really strange, particularly as our season started on the 16th of July. That's also going to be a very strange thing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with Burton Albion. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back for the Leeds and Blackburn games in the next episode.